Hi guys, just going to give you a video on today's install, which is going to be on a BMW 3 Series with the iDrive. Today's car's got the CIC menu, but we also cater for the CCC menu for the older cars. Now, just to let you know that the car does have an active aux input for these systems to work. If you haven't got aux in your older 5 Series, then I suggest you go and get it coded in. Now, I would recommend having the people who code it in do the fit on the same day, because it'll keep your costs down. So this part of the video is just the video showing you the accessories, and also the reason I've got it powered up is because when we do our installs, we do tests on the system to ensure things like touchscreen, Wi-Fi, Bluetooth, Google Play Store, all them are all working fine before we put it in, because the last thing we will do as a company is strip your car down, find out there's issues with the unit, and then it's wasted your time, our time. So this is our process in terms of actually doing the testing beforehand. So I'm not going to go into the functions of the system just yet. So obviously you can just see that it's all powered up, all working fine in terms of the touchscreen, and we'll do our initial tests, but that's nothing to do with what you need to know. So basically I'm just going to show you the accessories now. So I'm just going to basically gently push that back. So the first thing I'm going to show you today is the USB cables. Now it comes with 2 USB inputs, which is one we would say is for the media stick. So if you wanted to play your music or movies through a USB pen, one of them USBs will take care of that. The other USB is for, we would say, the DVR camera. I wouldn't suggest try to like a DAB or a USB pen on the 2 different cables, because the system, one of the apps will probably crash because it can't support 2 apps taking an input together. So if you're using anything like a media stick or DAB radio through the USB, then I would suggest you use a multi-splitter. Okay, next one is an audio aux cable. So basically what the factories have started doing now is that you'll find that for the odd occasion, after you've moved the fiber optic cable over, there's still some issues in terms of the sound. So this is put in as a precaution now. So it is a case of basically linking that up there to that, and that would physically go into your jack input in the car. But as I say, 99 times out of 100, it is not needed. Okay, next one. This is the Wi-Fi antenna. So it's like a little lollipop stick. This would screw on to the back of the system. This would obviously give you your Wi-Fi signal, which would obviously link with your phone. Good thing with this system, which is quite hard to find in this industry for these types of systems, for the BMW, etc., is this is a AV input cable. So it supports an external body that would go into there. So if you wanted to add anything like a TV box, which is just the 3 aux RCA cables, this would take care of this. Now, a lot of systems actually don't have this pre-out and input for this particular system, but this one does, so that's a bonus. Okay, next one is the GPS antenna. Now, as you can see, it's got the blue clip-on connection. That basically means you can use the original GPS of the car, but obviously if you haven't got that type of connection in the car, you can't, but all BMWs tend to. So you can put that to one side and use the original antenna if you wish. This is, oddly enough, a pair of tweezers. Now that would be for the SIM card. So if you wanted to take the 4G SIM card and put it into there and not use Wi-Fi and tether them to your phone, you can use that, and that just gives you ease of use getting the SIM card in and out. Now that basically summarises what's inside the package today. Oh, one second, there's a stylus touch pen. So if you didn't want to use your fingers on there to get any grubby, oily finger marks on there, then obviously you could use this too. Here's some instructions for SIM card usage. Now these here, which I'm going to show you, is a rear camera. So this rear camera comes free in a package for any multimedia system through the iceboxauto.com website. Any purchases, you would get one of these free of charge, and we're going to be installing that too. Last thing, DAB radio. Now this is optional. It's not comes in the package. It does not come in the package. It's $39.99. So if you did want to add that to your order, obviously check on the links within the sale page. Okay, I'm going to crack on now and with the install, and I'll be back in a few short moments. Thank you. So guys, this is the end result. I'm just going to flick over into the Android system just to show you that little tiny clip was just there. Prior to that was the original iDrive. So it shows off the original iDrive, and all functions will still will operate on our system. So you lose no features of the car. We've installed this into a 2012 car today, which had the original CIC menu. We also got the model on the website for the CCC, which is for the older car. Now, I just will warn you that your car needs to have an active auxiliary input for these systems to work. If you haven't got an aux input in the older series, then you would need to get it coded into the car before you can put one of these systems in. Now, there is some companies out there that will do the coding for you, so our recommendations will be to ask them to fit the unit at the same time, which will keep your costs down. Just to show you the iDrive here, which obviously still, I'll just move it around, so as you can see the icon along the bottom still works in the Android mode. So I'm just going to give you a little demonstration today on the features of the system and how you can see it runs in terms of the smoothness and how swift it is going from one feature to another. So I'm just going to show you the navigation at the moment that's on the system. It's got Google Maps pre-installed. Now, this map is an online map, so you would need to connect your phone's hotspot to the system to actually work it, and that would apply to applications also like Waze. Now, you do have the options to go into the built-in Play Store that's on the system to download maps of your own choice. So you can go for an offline map if you want to use the GPS antenna which comes within the package. Now, you can also use the original GPS antenna if you wish, because I did show you earlier on in the video that you have a clip-on antenna section. So basically that is still the same as the originals. So I'll just go back to home. So communications, this is where obviously you would take your phone and pair it to. So as you can see, it's got phone book support and also the call records as you would normally expect on a Bluetooth. But obviously this is a more up-to-date one than you would expect in your BMW of this year. So just going to go across to unknown song in HD video. Now, this is where you would play your MP3s and alternatively your videos, so you could put them all on a USB pen and plug them into the cable that comes with the system, and we have installed the cable into the glove box. So next one, car info. Basically it's just going to take you back to the original iDrive menu. So as you can see there, I'll just show you, this works with the command panel. If I press the menu button, it'll go back into the Android mode. Dashboard, okay, self-explanatory. Shows you the revometer, speedometer, fuel, temperature, seatbelt icon and your parking icon. You can also change the colour if you wish. So I'll leave it on red anyway because I sport Liverpool. So basically we'll go back out of that, back to the home. I'll just show you the features down the left hand side. There's an applications here. Now, we like to preload a few apps on there for you to save you having to do so yourself. So today we've installed Waze, TikTok, and also the DAB on there for the DAB. Spotify's on there too. We've also put what 3 words on there in case you have a breakdown. Now, I will show you that the system is flashing because I've got the engine off, and obviously it doesn't like that. We would advise keeping the engine running if you're full use. Don't be parking up and watching it with the engine off, because it does use a hell of a lot of power. Now, put the engine on here, as you can see, it's the car fella's had a bit of modification done to the exhaust, etc. So it basically is quite loud for my liking anyway, but I'm quite old. Just lower the 1 second. So as you can see, there's a Google Play Store here. I'm going to have to turn off the engine because obviously I can't hear myself think. It's got got a Google Play Store on there, so basically you would download all your applications. Also, it's got built-in CarPlay and Android Auto, but I will warn you that I haven't really connected my phone to the CarPlay on this system, so it's not going to load up to show you. But if you're familiar with CarPlay or Android Auto, you'll know what you'll get. What else is on there for you? Voice search, so basically you can speak to it, and this is like a Google app, so obviously if you want to find somewhere, places in your area, this is a good app to use. As you can see, the built-in microphone's picking up my voice because obviously the little lines are moving up and down. So this is obviously a Wi-Fi connection feature, so you would need to connect your hotspot and the Wi-Fi to basically use that function. Okay, we're going to the back end settings. This is where your Wi-Fi settings would work. Where obviously you can connect devices, and then it's got your sound